face on the international scene, a former national champion of champions and a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 World Mixed Pairs Champion. It is, of course, Simon Skelton! And it's always a pleasure to welcome this timeless ace and popular character of the game. 5 times a finalist in this event and a former world indoor singles champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is, of course, John Price. Commentators for this match is Richard Madison and Jamie.
Well, thank you very much, Richard, and welcome to our viewers on YouTube for this evening's match. As you know, it's between John Price and Simon Skelton. Simon, of course, who has 3 days ago broken his metatarsal and refused point blank to withdraw from the event. So you will this evening see him. He'll play his bowls, but to try and save his feet, he'll be wheeled up and down in a wheelchair. And of course, Jason, our rules allow for this.
Yeah, that's right, Richard. It's certainly going to be a first time for the world singles here. Be interesting to see how John kind of copes with it, really, because I suppose it could put him off slightly. You know, because it is something different, so you're going to have to keep your concentration for sure.
Yeah, and concentration is the main thing in the games here. Many people have wondered how Simon will get on, because similarly he's got to keep his concentration up as well, Jason.
Yeah, that's right. You know, when you're in muscle pain and bones are hurting, it's really, really difficult. But you know, it's his choice to play, and I'm sure he's been around long enough, so I'm sure he'll cope with it pretty well.
Well, time will tell in the course of the next hour and a bit. We have had some others. I mean, if you think of Kelvin Kirkhow, he bowled with the age of a stick to keep his balance.
Yeah, that's right. And very effective as well. You know, he's a top class player. So yeah, it just shows. You know, bowls is one of those sports where you can play with loads of kind of disabilities. It's one of the great things about the game.
2 red.
Yeah, I do agree with that wholeheartedly. In the PBA qualifiers, we have George Ridgeon, who regularly competes, and he's a gold medalist from the Wheelchair Association. One of the great things about the PBA that you belong to, Jason, it's a totally open organisation.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's just a great thing to have. You know, and also with bowls, it's one of those sports where you can kind of dip in and dip out. You know, myself, you know, I played in the England team for a few years, and then I kind of just gave up playing for 4 or 5 years and came back into the sport, and just done it recently. Just had a 2 or 3 year break, and you know, just started playing again for the qualifiers for this year's World Singles.
Yep, and successfully too, because you'll be playing later.
Yeah, always been a bit lucky.
Well, Simon Skelton certainly opened up well.
Yeah.
But, whoops.
Slightly favourite green. Your ball is a ball short. Yeah, just over. It's about 6 inches.
Oh, just point out to the viewers, of course, that even though Simon Skelton is trying to play with a severely damaged leg and a wheelchair, that the normal rules still apply. So the shot clock and all the other rules will still be fully applicable to him as well.
Could have maybe given the umpire some bowler blades, Richard. just speed him up, you know.
Yeah.
Measure for shot. Tennis players. One shot, Simon Skelton.
So Simon Skelton, first in, picks up a single.
Yeah, great start for Simon there. You know, it's a good opening head of bowls, really.
Yep.
You know, it was only just a couple of ends practice and straight in, and you know, it was a pretty close head. And I think the key thing for Simon is, the main thing is the delivery. So I think it depends on how happy he is and how steady he is on the mat to begin with, you know, and how consistent he can keep that delivery up through the game.
Well, I know he was telling me that his leg is giving him severe pain, and he was hoping to be able to blot it out of his mind. That's going to take some doing over an hour and a half.
Yeah, sure. You know, as time goes on, you know, obviously the pain's gonna kick through, and that's when the mental kind of side of the game comes in as well. You know, there's a lot of concentration mentally. You know, it's pretty nervy out there for him, because obviously it's going to be very, very strange for Simon as well.
And of course, just for the viewers, Simon Skelton is just on the outskirts of the top 16, so he needs to win a couple of matches if he can to bring him back into the top 16, and that's one of the reasons why he resolutely decided that he was going to have a play whatever he felt like.
Yeah, it's definitely important for him to, you know, to give it a go. You know, he's been in the top 16 for quite a while, so it's, you know, it's going to be really important for him to try and get back there really as quickly as he can. So with the wild card, you know, it's given him that opportunity.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, John has got to keep his concentration. He mustn't feel anything, or just got to keep solid concentration.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll just block it out. You know, John's been around forever, really. You know, ever since I was a young lad. You know, so I don't really think this is gonna affect John. Simon's quite an animated player, so it'll be quite interesting to see Simon on a lead.
He is. He won't be doing his normal running up the ring and screaming at his bowl this evening.
Stamping them in.
Certainly got a good line. His weight looks good as well.
Yeah, it seems to there's a slightly tighter line there.
Last ball gap is about 8 inches.
Just needs to hold up now.
Yeah.
Good effort.
shot, Simon Skelton.
Yep, Simon picks up another single.
Set score is 0-2 after 2 innings.
There's a decent crowd piling in for tonight, Jason.
Yeah, I've just come from dinner and it was very busy there too. You know, it's getting more popular, you know, especially with the YouTube. I noticed the viewings on there are really, really good.
Yeah, we were saying earlier on today, Jason, that yesterday Bowls got onto Sky News.
Oh, really?
We were the top sports stream of the day.
Well, it's, you know, it's all good for the sport.
It is. It is.
You know, any kind of publicity is great for this game.
And of course, for those of you watching and fingers on your keypads, we'll try to answer any questions that you send in.
Nothing too difficult.
Well, so far we've been able to answer most of them. We've ignored the ones that were, shall we say, not repeatable. I was stopped by one of the guests earlier who said, "It feels like we've known you for ages," and I did some quick calculations. The World Championships started 36 years ago as WBT, and for 18 of those years Potter's Resort have hosted the World Championships, so we've actually been here for half of the World Championships life.
Good God. Well, it's such a great facility. You know, the accommodation's great, entertainment's brilliant, food's amazing. You can't want anything more, really.
You certainly couldn't want any more food. You get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then they do an evening meal as well. Midnight meal, rather. It's incredible.
You shouldn't have told me that, Richard.
Yeah. It was a couple of nights ago, it was bangers and mash. All very good. They're a little bit loose this end.
Yeah, big change of length, you know, just throwing them off a little bit. Seems to be playing just slightly tighter at the moment, I've noticed.
Yes, they were this afternoon.
Seem to be getting away with a tighter line.
You could have done with a little edge off the bowl.
Yeah, needed to make a contact.
Definitely 2. 2 favourites, 3 red.
Important spare shot now. He should be able to make this into 3. Needs to get back.
Umpire, please.
Well, it
Seems odd
looks like-
having 3 officials on the green at the same time.
I know. Not sure which one's doing what.
I'm sure between them they can sort it out.
So, if I saw that correctly, they've already taken 3 shots away and measuring for a full.
Measuring for full house, yeah.
4 shots, John Price.
Yeah, loose end
Yeah.
for full house there.
Yeah.
it's important, you know, in sets play. If the opportunity's there, you've got to take it.
Tracking to 28.5 metres.
Yeah, well, of course, John Price is now working with Bowls Scotland.
Yeah, that's right. High performance coach, I believe.
He is.
Yeah, interesting. They've got such a strong side, Scotland. You know, both on the indoor circuit and the outdoor circuit. So many great players to choose from. You know, it must be such a hard task to choose who goes to what events.
But I think, you know, Scotland took the initiative several years ago, didn't they, when they made bowls a core sport.
That's right.
John a little bit wide there. A good line.
Yeah,
Very
just
good
needs-
line.
Just needs to get up a bit.
Oh, he's coming well.
It'll come
What's
back
his-
if it gets here. It's
What's
just a
his
bit
weight?
short.
Just dropping off. Good line again from John. Weight looks good as well.
Yeah, it should be enough to make a 3. Important bowl for Simon, really. Can't afford to really drop a 3 here. Slightly wider line.
His bowls do swing.
Coming back now at the end here with the Drake's Pride.
Yep.
Just needs to
Is
fall
it-
over.
Well, he might have done enough.
Certainly getting the money's worth with the umpires.
Yes. Yeah, they're an excellent team. The way WBT takes them in and just finesses them up for television. Certainly not a job I would want.
No, a lot of eyes on them.
It's one thing making a mistake out on your home green with a few players, but another one making one with like BBC Finals Day of 1.6 million looking on.
One shot, Simon's go.
Yeah, great last bowl there
Yeah,
from
good.
Simon.
So that's 4 for John, 3 for Simon.
Set scores 3 after 4 minutes. It's 27 metres.
Interesting to see he's gone for this length, really. After the last time they went down here, it was a bit of a loose one for Simon.
Yeah.
Thought I might have gone a little bit shorter. And I think I've just jinxed him.
John Price sent it nice and wide, coming back nicely. Very good ball. Yeah, Simon seems to be struggling a little bit on his length on the longer ones.
Yeah, that's why I thought they might have just played a different length this direction, you know, after dropping a 4 the last time.
Yeah. But you can see it in Simon's face though, he's still got that hunger and drive.
Oh yeah, he's a huge competitor, Simon. He's such a different player on the green than what he is off the green.
I know, off the green he's very, very quiet.
That's right, yeah.
Won't say anything to anybody hardly, and on the green he turns into an animal.
Yeah, he certainly is competitive. Another good line here.
Yeah,
All on his weight again.
John's playing well. Little touch on his own now. Look at that, cracking shot.
The gap is 2.5 inches.
In a bit of bother here now.
Yeah. Do you think he'll go for a drive?
No, I think he might just try and get rounded on the forehand. There's a slightly wider line there that allows you to come back, but you must have the correct weight.
Has he got the running on it?
Well, it'll finish just at the end, but not enough, I don't think. Saved.
If it falls, well that's... might have saved one.
Time out.
Well, that's the first of John Price's 5 timeouts he's allowed.
Another good line here. All on his weight. Very, very close.
Seems to be running really well.
Very, very close.
Well, that's an excellent bowl.
Very well.
May have just nudged it enough. Definitely for 3, possibly for...
3 shots, John Price.
That was a 3 one, I think.
Yeah, 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
another good bowl. He seems to be getting a good finish with these
Yeah.
Henselite Tigers.
3 to 5 minutes.
Just gives you that confidence just to be able to just shove it out and let it come back.
Well, it's only the 5th end, so we're into end 6. Still gives Simon plenty of time to pull it back. Yeah, John's gone really long.
Yeah, seems to be favouring the longer jack. Like we were saying, it just seems to be a tighter line at the moment, and by playing a bit longer just gives you the ball a bit more time to get back.
Coming well, very well. Have you decided what you're going to play with then, Jason?
Yeah, I had a practice just before dinner. Managed to get about 40 minutes. because I've not played since October, it was a bit different. So I've decided to go for a stronger bias bowl as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the Aero,
Your bowl gap is
the Groove.
about 12 inches, and that's about 30 inches short of jack high.
Whenever I've played, I've always preferred to play with a stronger bowl,
Yeah.
both indoors and outdoors. It just gives me that extra little bit of confidence. Even whether I lead or play singles, I still
Yeah.
prefer to have that stronger bowl.
John changing hand.
Just push through, I think.
Only just still not a bad place. Simon has that glare look, doesn't he? As if
Yeah.
he's saying to his bowl, don't you dare not get up there.
Very stern look. Reach to reach.
Yeah. Once again, John's picked out a good line, but I think he's running.
Yeah, just push through. Perfect line.
Look at that, finished right on the centre.
Just needs to run now. Just pull it up.
Yeah.
So a chance for John.
Saw Simon shaking his head there. It must pull on his leg when you deliver your bowl. Must
Oh,
pull
definitely.
down your leg.
Definitely, yeah. Touch.
Oh,
Yep.
well.
A little wiggle.
1 green.
Not enough.
So,
He certainly doesn't look in any pain, you know, when he puts pressure on his foot. I'm not saying that he's not, but he's disguising it well.
he certainly get back into the wheelchair quick enough.
Yeah.
I must try that.
1 shot, Simon Scout.
Yeah. Chauffeur driven.
So, 1 to Simon, makes it 7-4.
It's just important for Simon just to try and keep scoring, really.
Yeah.
You know, there's not the consistency there that we know with Simon, but you know, as long as you can get at least 1 or 2 near, you know, it's quite a hard rink to get out of trouble on. You know, because as you know, the regulars know, it's either a draw or drive kind of a green. It's very, very hard to play, you know, 1 or 2 yards just over the pace. It's quite unpredictable.
Well, like you said earlier, he won the World Pairs here last year. He was in the quarter-final of the previous year's World Pairs. You know, he's been around for a long time, Simon.
Yeah, that's right. Just got a bit happy with the jack there. Just managed to send it off. Be interesting to see whether John goes for that mid-length again now. Looks like it.
Jack length 25.5 meters.
Well, John Price has been about. First record on the WBT circuit is way back 1997. Reached the semi-final of the Boubacares Homes Open.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there. I remember watching him at the Preston Guildhall with Stephen Rees. That was his regular pairs partner at the time. Good ball,
Well
Simon.
played, Simon. Of course, Price has also got a tremendous sense of humour.
Yeah,
we-
he has, yeah.
We had to do a question and answer session today, and one of the people asked, why is it that you give your jack length in metres and everything else in feet and inches? And John Price was asked the question, and he laughed and he said, well, actually, I'm from Wales and we do ours in sheep. had the whole place in stitches. But that's the sort of person he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Is that because he didn't know the answer?
Your goals, 4 inches short.
Well, if he's got the weight, he could whip. I think he's running.
It's not too bad, needs to bend now. Just drifting by.
Good line from John. Very good line.
Pick the jack up. Oh. Well played.
Well, that's a good finish. Of course, they both need to win this. Looking at their ranking history, Simon is number 18, so he's just outside the top 16, and John Price is number 14.
Way up, his fell out. I think he got a puncher. I think the umpires have had a drink at dinner. Well, breathalyzing, I think.
But you notice how quick he was in indicating a timeout. Oh dear.
The cruel side of me would have loved to see him in the ditch.
Just regather. Oh, that hurt him.
Yeah, he's not happy with this.
Just saw him grimace there as he delivered it. That did hurt him.
Well, a good chance here for John if he can just get a little tickle on the jack or get inside the green one and sit it back.
Well, he's certainly got a good line again. Has he
Just
got
needs
the
to
running?
run. Just needs to run.
Punch on, John Price.
That was another single to John.
Set scores 8-4 to 7 minutes.
John going straight back for the long length again.
Yeah.
27.5 meters.
Well, that's a bit better from Simon. He should try and get a decent count this end, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think realistically he's going to need at least 2 probably. Standard chance. Good ball again here from John.
Yeah.
You just push through again there, Simon.
Yeah.
He's just struggling for the consistency at the moment. Shaking his hair there, he's not
Yeah,
happy.
he doesn't like it.
Not happy at all.
No.
Right, he needs to find one now. Only takes one.
He needs to follow through with it. He's close to something.
Needs a connection.
Got the jack. Ooh.
One to Simon, I think.
Shot, Simon Scout.
Yep.
So stays alive, but you know, he needs at least a 3 now to tie the set.
Set scores 8-5 after 8 seconds.
But like I said earlier, you know, Simon's a sort, he'll never give up. He won't
no.
stop.
No, definitely not. You know, you get your 4 bowls, but it just takes that one bowl every end. You know, it's it can be annoying sometimes when you're playing really, really well and your opposition just keeps plonking one in every now and again. It can be quite soul destroying.
Yes.
That's what I'm relying on anyway for my game. As long as I get one near, I'll be happy.
Simon's turned his back on that one.
Short.
And of course he's not able to get into his correct delivery mode for himself because he's just not able to bend his body.
No, it must be soul destroying, really.
Well played, John.
It's that whole thing of being, you know, you have to stay on the mat as well. You know, like we said earlier, he's so used to chasing his ball down, you know, having a good look, and you know, it's a completely different game now for Simon.
Just overreached now.
He started off very well. You know, I didn't think it was going to bother him all that much, so I don't know whether the pain is starting just to come through. John's here again.
Well, still giving Simon enough room to get in there.
Yeah. Trouble is now him needing 3. He needs to reach.
Yeah.
You know,
He needs to move that jack
He
towards
does. He needs
the
to
back.
make some kind of a contact. Underneath.
He's too tight.
Yeah.
Unless he was playing with a lot of weight, which he isn't. No.
So if that goes off the rink, it should be end of the set. It's just
Yeah,
stay down
that's
in the
what I
bottom
say.
corner.
Yeah, okay, it's done. Yes. 2 shots, and the first set is John Price.
Yeah, they've taken it. Simon obviously asked where his bowl was and saw it was just right there. Knew he couldn't make the three, so
Just wants to get on with it.
yeah, yeah.
So start of the second set now. You've got to kind of just try and blank the first set out. Start afresh. Shows you in the previous game, doesn't it? You know, you never know. You know, I think Matt was like 9-1. Did he lose the first set? And
Yep.
you know,
Yeah. and
tables
then-
turned
then
in the second set. And there
came
we
back
go.
and managed to grab the tiebreak.
Yeah.
But that's one thing about the sets game, though, isn't it? You can win the first set, and if you so much as relax an inch, your opponent is all over you.
Yeah, that's right. It's you know, obviously everybody wants to win the first set, but it does give you that cushion because you know then you're either, you know, going to win the match or you're going into a tie break, and sometimes you can fall into that trap of just relax, you know,
Yeah.
too much. And then you know a tie break, you know, it's a different ball game, and you know a couple of lucky results, and you can be out.
Well, again, John picking up a good line, not quite on the button, but Simon picked a good line this time. His ball should come all the way back.
Yeah, it's playing the wider
His weight
line.
looks good.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah. And John again has picked out a good line.
Just needs to
Can you
run.
run? No.
Well, it wasn't in the way really. If he plays the same line, it's obviously just catching his eye. Fair to play the other hand. You get a nice swing at the end on this forehand coming in this direction.
Yeah. And he's certainly getting that look.
Yeah, it'll come right back now.
John again giving it a good wide berth coming round. Still one to Simon Skelton though.
Played very wide here. Just needs to come back now. Anywhere between the jack and the red wobble will be very good. Just needs to run.
Hasn't got the weight.
No.
Last ball is 4 feet.
Left it wide open for John to slide another one in.
Yeah, just underneath his, you know, the short bowl there. He's got the jack, or he's got the tight shot bowl to rest on.
I think he's going to get wrecked.
No,
No,
he's under it.
through. Didn't have the weight. So John Price gets a, well,
One to green.
one to green there.
One shot, Simon Skelton.
Yeah, one shot to Simon.
Be interesting to see now whether he tries to shake it up and play very short,
Hmm.
or whether he just sticks to the longer length. But John's playing it pretty well.
7.5 metres.
Well, good opener. Very good opener.
Five inches.
Not a bad reply here from John. It just needs to reach. Seems to be pulling up at the moment.
He had a very good line though. It's a good line from Simon. Seems to be running as well. Yep. Not bad.
No, I'll be a lot happier with that now. Just needs to miss his own and run.
Short.
2 green.
Oh, good chance for Simon now. Just tidy up. Looking pretty good.
Coming round well.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, well done.
3 green. Last post jack line.
Well, John. Played with a little bit of weight.
Well, there's nothing for short. You know, you've got the ball to sit on.
No?
Just slightly tight here.
Well,
Not reached. Not reached.
well.
You needed to be up really at that. You know, there's a ball to sit on. You know, if you slip past, it just gives you that
Yeah.
bit of chance for your last.
Simon looking to sweep round and hopefully collect a full house.
Could do with just missing that.
Oof. Well, not a bad place though.
So I'll be interested to see now whether John just tries to stick with it and reach the side bowl, or whether he'll just drive straight down the middle just to try and cut it down. Looking like he's going to play the draw.
Looks as if he's got more weight on this time.
He likes it. He likes it. Is it
It
going to
is
get him?
coming.
No,
It is coming.
it's going to pull up.
Oh. Well.
They're definitely just pulling up that little bit quicker
Yeah.
at the moment.
4 shots, let's
It
go.
is.
So a full house for Simon. It just shows what I was just saying about, you know, a fresh set, fresh mindset. You know, you're going to forget about that first set,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden 5-0.
That'll give Simon a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it'll just give him that boost. You could
Yeah.
see it was just getting to him a little bit. But, you know, 5-0 after 2 ends.
And suddenly it puts a little bit of doubt in your opponent's mind as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's strange bowls. You know, the minute you start putting pressure on somebody, you know, making bigger heads, you know, like I've said, it's quite hard to get out of trouble on the portable rink. So
Yeah.
your first 2 bowls are crucial. If you can keep putting that pressure on, you know, it does make it a different game.
Well, he made a little grimace there. What is it?
Sure.
Short. No oomph. Well, John looks better.
Just needs to reach.
Still.
He's finding such a good line, but just not getting the reach down here. John's playing this hand in this direction very well.
Simon stood at the back, shaking his head. Yeah, John's dropped one short.
Pushed it out again on the wide line, standing on the outside of the mat, letting it come back. Needs to keep running.
Not enough, but it was the right idea. John's certainly coming in this side.
Not much room now here for Simon. Looks like he's going to swap to the forehand, or you could play down the backhand with a little bit of weight, chance your luck, but it's such a hard shot to play. Depends how confident he's feeling. You could play down the forehand, try and drive the two red balls off. Leaves John a bit of room with his last.
Wow. He's played a reaching ball, hasn't he?
He's looking at it.
Just
Just got robbed, has he?
Well, certainly don't think he's got shot, but he might have done enough to get second, possibly. Another good bowl from John, just going to come round the
Just going to
back.
go past, I think.
Two shots, John Price.
Two.
John Price gets two out of it. Puts him on the board.
It's 2-5 to 3-8. Simon has 3 times remaining.
John does make me laugh. He's always got a smile, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Jack, 27 meters.
He's one of the few what I would call characters left on the circuit, really.
Yeah, there's not many. You know, there's so much concentration in the game. You know, and I think, you know, with the shot clock, you know, you're limited to time. You know, as to how you can interact, I suppose, with your opposition or with the crowd. Obviously, we all know the shot clock was introduced to make it a little bit more interesting for the TV, because nobody wants to just sit around watching nothing happen. But I suppose the downside of that, like you say, is, you know, it does take away a little bit of, you know, character.
Yeah, highly possible. Well, that was a good reply by Simon.
I remember a few years ago with Ian Schuback from Australia. He was another character of the game.
Not half.
The only downside to Ian was sometimes he could be stood on the mat for 3 minutes.
Yes. I wonder how many times he might have let the bowl go. That looks a good line from Simon again. Just a little bit of weight going on.
Just hangs off if you just overpace. think if you look at most sports at the moment, every sport, even the really really popular sports, like darts, everyone's looking at ways to kind of just slightly change the game to make it more entertaining. I know at the moment at snooker, they're trying to look at ways of making snooker a little bit more,
Well, yes,
entertaining.
you see, I think most sports have got the same, unless you happen to be football or something like that, but most sports have to think of anything to do with TV as not just your sport, but also a show.
Correct. To get prime time slots, you need to be doing something different, something
Yes,
entertaining.
Yes, you do.
And that's why it's been so important for bowls to change.
Well, John's having a go here.
Is well played, is it? Yep. No, Simon still has it. So a good chance for Simon here to double up, just increase that lead. Couple of bowls to sit on behind the jack.
Simon's giving it a good bit of green. If he's got the running, he's got a good bowl.
Needs to reach.
No. Now don't tip him out this time, Tom.
One chance, try to go.
Yep. On to Simon, so 6-2.
So it's 2-6.
So does he go back to the long one or does he adapt?
Well, certainly not gone for short one.
No, they both seem to be playing round about the 27.5 metre jack, in both directions. There's been the odd one or two that's been slightly shorter, and that's where we've seen the looser heads.
Good green again. Looks like a good opening bowl.
Yep, come back at the end there. A great opener from Simon.
Yeah.
They're definitely finding it better now. Unlucky there from John.
No, he wasn't a million miles away.
So speaking of questions, Richard, what I get asked a lot is, and I never really know the answer, so we have green bowls with green stickers and we have red bowls with white stickers. Is there any logic behind that?
Yeah, actually, it's for those with a colour impairment.
Oh, okay.
On monitors at home, those who have got certain types of colour blindness can actually see the white ring on the bowl,
Right,
and
okay.
they know that that is the red bowl, or that is a different colour bowl to the others, because they can't see the green ring at all, so all they can see is the bowl.
Right.
So they can actually tell in the head what's where.
Otherwise, I suppose it's like watching snooker on black and white. The cue ball is behind the red
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah. I was at a development meeting a few months back looking at how we could make bowls more interesting on television. John having a little run here,
Just fall away.
just slid through, so it's still one to Simon.
Last ball is about 6 inches to score to that hole. The gap is about 5.
and I'll pick the story up in a minute. It's a good line from Simon.
Just push through, I think.
You weren't a million mile away though. John
John's
looking
having
at
a
a
look,
possible
yeah.
plant.
I just don't think you can get enough of the red bowl to get the green bowl out. I think if he gets the nearest red bowl, he's more likely to push it onto the jack. It's always hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing the backhand.
He's certainly having a look.
I don't think it.
He won't get back
no,
from
it won't
there.
bend there.
No.
They just don't move at that speed.
No.
So another one for Simon.
Well, so that's going into the sixth end, 7-2 to Simon.
Yeah, completely different this set. He's just found a little bit more consistency. You know,
Yeah.
getting in there early. He's putting John under pressure. You know, he's having to play the attacking shots. You know, not easy.
No. But I was saying, I went to this development meeting, and one of the things that we were looking at, how to make it more interesting and what sort of camera angles could we get for television for bowls. So we began devising a mini cam inside a jack.
Oh, okay.
So we're testing this theory that can we get a jack with a mini cam in it, so that the mini cam can see the bowl coming down the green.
Providing the camera's facing the right direction.
Well, it's supposed to be that. Oh, what a good opening bowl from Simon. He's certainly found himself a little bit better this set. They're supposed to, what they were saying is they could set it on gimbals, and this is the company that developed. Did you ever see the Penguin program on television where they put these mini cams in fake penguins and seals? Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Penguin cam they called it.
Oh,
He's
Simon.
got a good line again.
Very good line. Very, very good line. Keep running. Oh, well played.
Excellent bowls.
No, he's certainly finding it now.
And putting John under a lot of pressure now.
That's the difference. Something not right with this one.
Yep.
It's just not easy at all. I think you might see Simon go deeper here. I think John's got to play a little bit more attacking. Yeah, playing to cover the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, better weight. It's coming down now. Is it enough? Unlucky.
Opened it out a bit, but you see, I'm unorthodox, mate. I would have actually played that shot on the other hand,
Oh, okay.
but I'm totally unorthodox. Which is probably why I'm sat here and not out there.
Same with me, Richard.
Another good one from Simon. Little touch on his own. Well, there's still a way in for John.
Yeah, just played 2 running bowls. Needs to find the draw now.
Well, this is all on his weight now.
Very
Can
close.
Is he going to bend?
Very close.
Is he?
Unlucky. How far's he gone?
Yeah. John Price just threw his arms up in the air as if to say, what can I do?
As well. Not sure the one to the left is also in, yeah.
That's 2.
It's hard to tell about the other one from behind. Simon's not going with his opinion. He's giving nothing away.
No.
Well, this is a massive turnaround, Richard, here. You know, he's lying at least 9-2.
Yeah, it's got tie break written all over it.
Certainly has. Makes it interesting for the crowd.
It does indeed.
Yeah, just for 2. So 9-2.
And of course the thing is, if it does go to a tie break, that means John Price has got to pick himself right up to get back into it.
Yeah, that's right. You've just got to compose yourself, and it's a whole new ball game. You know, it's definitely just one ball can win it. Very, very different tactics. You're not trying to build the head, you're just trying to get the shot.
Yeah.
Slightly different rules if you go into the third end. Sometimes people forget about the nominated kill.
They do.
It's very interesting in how people change the tactics. Just makes it more interesting for the crowd.
Another good line from Simon. Coming really well.
Yeah, it's,
Just needs to run a
just
bit
needs to
more.
run. They both found indecent lines. They both got a strong bowl. You know, John plays with Henselite. Simon plays with the Drake's Pride. Both opted to play with the stronger models from each manufacturer. So many models to choose from now, Richard.
Tell me about it.
And then you go down to Australia, New Zealand, and then there's even more models.
Well, I think it's bad enough. World Bowls Tour carries some 180 sets of bowls around the tournaments for those players that may wish to chop and change.
Yeah, I think I played with 4 of them in 40 minutes.
Well, John.
He's just going to give up, is he?
Oof.
So just the one. Shot bowl's pretty much framed now.
Yeah.
Must be stuck out like a sore thumb. Be interested to see if Simon attacks this or not.
Yes,
Yeah, I thought
you
he
called it.
He'd be dying to chase after this now.
Oh, he's spun.
Onto the jack.
Oh,
And there you go.
yeah, he got it.
He'd have been halfway down the green with that normally.
Yes, he would have been. He would have been
Yeah.
shouting.
So a bit more room now. Just got to adjust your length.
Well, John's given it the width, but
He'd have wanted that to be a little bit better than that, to be honest.
yeah.
Couple of metres to play with here for Simon.
Well, he certainly sent it.
Which needs a miss. There we go. Well played. John deciding to play the forehand. Well,
Well, he's trying. He is
well
trying.
played.
Yeah. Yeah. So John picks up a single.
6 in it now, just a couple left to play.
Set score is 3-9 to 7.
Needs to be scoring at least a 3, I'd say, here on this end.
Yeah.
And gone back for similar length again.
Playing to 27 points.
Well, good
Push.
line.
Yeah, just push through.
Just pushing a bit.
I think it's always the case when you know you need a big count, you don't want to start dropping bowls short, and it is quite easy just to push through. You've always got a chance though if they pass the jack.
And look
Well
at this
played
reply
again,
from
Simon.
Simon. Look at that reply.
Yeah, he's really gone up a few gears now in this set.
Yeah. He's actually limping more now than when he first came on, but he's bowling better.
I think it's for effect. Oh,
Good
well
try for
played.
good. Oh yeah, well played. Well played.
Simon will be just looking at closing the head down now. Somewhere between the back red bowl and the jack will be very good.
Well, he's given it the line.
Yeah, he's looking good. Needs a big finish now. Needs to run. Just stuck. So still a chance for Johnny if he can just make a connection with the shot ball. Or just fall past it. All on his weight.
Certainly looks good.
There's the connection, just not hard enough.
Well, indicated 2 red.
Well, Simon.
Simon's got to be
Just
very
needs to
close here.
stop.
Come off the zone. Oof. Well,
So for chance for Johnny here, he can draw another shot. Make some contact with the front one onto the jack, could make the 3. Or just slip in between the gap. I don't
I think it's
he's
just
here.
going. Just going.
So,
Oh. That could have changed it.
just the one.
I'm sure he doesn't fall.
So he's nominated not to send his last ball, Simon.
Yeah. Look.
So he's given the jack to Simon here on the opening end of the tie break. I don't know many people that elect to keep the jack, to be honest.
No, there does seem to be a thing that they like to give it away in the first end.
I suppose you've always got that. If you've got the last bowl, you've always got that final chance to make the result.
Yeah.
You know, even if you're playing, you know, you're playing a length well and you want to keep the jack, you know, you're still giving your opposition that last bowl, you know, and whether they play a good bowl or get a bit of fortune, you've just got no reply.
No.
Where here, they've, like I said before, they've just been playing very, very similar lengths, so John knows where the jack was going to go.
Well, good opener from Simon. Not bad.
No, good start.
A reasonable line from John.
All on the weight here. Just needs to get by.
Will it?
No. Looked a bit of pain there from Simon.
Mm.
So another chance for John here. 18 inches on his last. Just
This
enough
looks
to slip
better.
by now.
Yeah.
There's the shot.
Yeah.
Guidance 3 inches.
Turned his back on it. It's close though.
I think you're right. I think he hurt himself.
Oh, there,
Oh, what a bowl.
turned his back on it.
No, he put it down, thought that's good enough, I'm going to have a rest.
And a half-inch gap.
Half an inch. Loads of room.
Little wry smile from John.
Time out.
So attacking it now
He's
here,
having a
trying to
go.
chop the ball away. I think
Well,
he's
his
underneath.
line's good.
He's
Oh,
underneath.
it cuts.
Very nearly.
Very nearly had Lady Luck riding there. Threatening to get mown over by Simon.
So looking to try and get a second here. I think he's just on his own. There you go. There
Well,
we go.
a little bit fortunate off the side of the bowl. I mean, there is a shot there for John.
I just can't see whether it's made second or not from here. So I think it's just the one, I think. If it is, I think it'll be a very similar shot to his last. Pick your pace and chip the bowl away. Looks under.
Very much so.
So Simon takes the first end of the tie-break.
Oh, well.
And has the last bowl in the second end.
Well, John hasn't won for the last 6 ends.
Interesting, very interesting. Just shows you how things can change.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same length all the time. It's just that consistency and the pressure. He's had to play a lot more tacking bowls in the second set, you know, and that's been a difference.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't try a change in length though.
Just going to give 27 points.
Well,
Just needs to run now. Another good line from John. Just dropped it.
line's very good, but really needed to be right on the jack. Simon's making sure he's up, whatever.
Yeah, just push through.
Just over 2 feet.
It's on the same line. Just all on his weight now. Looks a lot further, is he? There we go.
A bit further. Oh, it's enough for the shot.
Simon attacking early. Got the shot ball.
Got it. He's got it.
Oh, on the jack as well. One to Simon. Where's the short ball short enough? Plenty of room now for both players.
Yeah. Well, John's certainly getting the line. Looks good.
Just a bit too far.
Just don't. Well. Simon's gone just that bit wider.
Yeah, well, on his pace as to whether it'll come down is.
Yeah, here
just
it
needs
comes,
to
look.
come down now. Well
Very
played.
good ball.
So a big goal for John now. Just a small adjustment.
Well,
Interesting.
he's gone for the ball.
He's having a look.
No.
No. That's a big win for Simon.
Yeah.
Big win for
Cracking
Simon.
ball for Simon. Well, it just goes to show that never give up.
No, it's great to see. You know, it's just about keeping your composure, having trust in your own ability.
Yeah.
You know, it's come through for Simon.
Yeah, and especially when Simon's playing with a damaged leg.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I don't really know how much of an effect it'll have on Simon, but you know, he's done great there. You know, it's a shame for John, but you know, they've both been in and out during the game. Well played for Simon.
Yeah, indeed. Sorry for John, but well done to Simon. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we've got another day of first class action for you.